All right, welcome back, everyone. So this is gonna be two chapters because I realized that last video it was short. Yes, sorry about that. I'm not a video creator or YouTuber, so I'm have very little knowledge of what I should do, and yeah, but at least the audio worked out mostly okay. Just still a few hiccups, but um, I hope that didn't distract you too much. And so I'm going to be reading two chapters instead of one. And if you haven't watched the first video, I highly recommend to go back and watch that. Okay, here we go. Chapter 1, Evidence. Pan's POV. But still, is she really going to be that open if I just come up there and say, Test tube, can you explain how you separated yin-yang, the chemical use and stuff? She'll probably say it's confidential, I whispered to myself. I probably need some evidence first before I can talk to test tube. Where should I start though? That reminds me, I did see something strange when I watched one of the episodes. I even saw it with my own eyes. Let's see. If my suspicions are correct then, even though it's not that strong of an evidence, it could lead to something massive here. Good thing I'm the type of person who looks at every secret the II episodes have to offer. And this is one of the more obvious secrets. But I guess due to unintentional blindness, there are few, if any, users that commented on this particular secret. Okay, then. After Apple was hit by them, then. Gotcha, yes. There. Simple as that. You'd think that this would spread like wildfire, just like Apple's apparent possession, and since inanimate insanity is popular, surely someone else had found this too, right? But enough about that. My suspicion about Yin-Yang has grown even stronger now. Gee, this is mighty strange though. What I'm saying right now is this. When episode 5 was publicly released, I, as normal, paused it every second to see whether anything was particularly strange. And what I had found that started from 11 minutes 33 to 11 minutes 36 seconds at the start of Apple of being hit by Yin Yang to when Yin Yang hit the soccer ball, Yin Yang was smiling. Why would he smile at Yang hitting his own teammate? Not only that though, but he looked as though he was having mad fun with it, as in he was having pleasure with Apple being hit, and silently laughing like a madman. And no, it doesn't seem like Yin is mad at Yang for hitting someone. Wouldn't he have said something instead of staying silent? That brings me to Yin Yang's bile. Two different identities that are stuck in one body. Yin is nice and thinks things through. Yang is evil and just wants more and more violence. But this is a contradiction. In the 3 short seconds, Yin doesn't argue with Yang for beating up Apple as it is violence. Could all of the time with Yang be possible for Yin not saying anything? I don't think so. Yin would argue with Yang, no matter what the circumstances and how much time they spent together in one body. After all, it should have been like a reflex to argue with Yang about this. After all, he is the good guy, right? I know what you're gonna see next, readers. But Yang couldn't argue with Yang. After all, they share the same mouth. However, after this, there is a window of time where Yin could have argued with Yang about it. No, not yet. I'll talk with test tube before I can draw to any definite conclusions. I take my computer bag with me and head off towards that vending machine, if it is still there. Meanwhile, Yin Yang's POV. Hey Yang, I'm kind of worried about something. Can't you just not talk for once? Ah, just your voice makes one punch so hard. Just listen to me once, Yang. No, I'll just take that as a yes. No, do you think anyone would discover our secret by now? Can't. Hmm. That little red nerd could have figured it out by now. Ah, idiot Yin. I really don't think Fan would have figured out, would he? After all, for that secret to pop out, you have to explain a lot, and I mean a lot. But not only that, but in my books, you would have to present evidence explaining his arguments. Even if one part cracks, the jar would still be recognized as a jar, is what I say. And the clues are so obscure, but never ever figure it out. He's a nerd at watching videos, but he needs to take a lot more than just that. Hey Yin. Whoa. What is with the sudden change of tone, Yang? You never act that positive before. In fact, I don't think it is possible to do that. We are already plenty far away from where the other eliminated contestants are. Can't we just take a break for now? You're right. There isn't anyone that can see us now. I am so proud of ourselves, but I'm feeling such joy of doing this even now. We have done this for years now. Why would we take a break now? We had even argued when no one was around to hear us. Ah, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to stop for a bit, wouldn't it? That's right, Yin. It's a good idea to do that. I'll make sure to do it quickly before someone notices. Yeah, make sure to do that. Chapter 2. Erratic insane behavior. So, warning, this chapter contains scenes that may be too scary to read. POV. I was in a state of such happiness. So happy to do what I am doing right now. And it, of course, made me laugh as always. Oh yeah, I need a glass of water. I grabbed a glass of water from a nearby table along with some coke and walked slowly towards the second floor of the building. I got to control myself more, I thought. I opened the door to my room. Glad no one else lives with me here, though. It would definitely look strange to the vast majority of people. All along the wall lies a gibberish mess of writings and photos. The writings went from telling stories to random scribbles that were scraped. All the pictures seemed to be two high school women with a small boy in them. That's it. Sometimes there was a heart on top, but really nothing different was amongst the pictures other than the ribbons on top of the woman. ETW, this building doesn't have any management, as it is left with just electricity and water. My room is a complete mess. Anything from electronics to clothes to even broken glass are scattered across the floor. Any normal person would say to me that I really should clean at least the glass, but there is no one that comes to my roof due to the above. Actually, I do like staring at this cluttered mess. Sometimes I could stare at this for long periods of time. Let's move on to the condition of the building. It looks like they didn't care at all about anyone else that was going to try to live here afterwards. So they just left the electricity and water on. And this is actually a pretty high class building in my standards. Actually, I don't know if another company bought it out, as it is strange for all of the above to keep running, even for the short amount of time it is abandoned. Also, since the amount of occupants here is so short, the amount of time when everyone is in their rooms or when everyone is outside the building is great. Actually, the whole area around the building seems abandoned too, strangely in much worse condition than the building itself. The gardens that were once beautiful with flowers and insects are now withered, and there aren't anything living in sight. But enough about that. The most important thing here is I'm alone in this room, and I always have been alone for years. Unlike most people, I've been rather happy since I'm alone. Finally, for years, I'm at the perfect opportunity to do what I had wanted for the longest. I walked towards the shattered mirror with a huge smile on my face. My eyes widened as I put my hand on the mirror. And then the real fun starts now. They got all tricked. So many people got tricked. I put my fingernails on the mirror. It makes a faint sound as I slide my hand down, down, and down. Who are you? I am. I punched the mirror with all my strength. Oh, what's wrong, Yang? You seem upset for some reason. Well, it's the border. The border, it's possessing us. I laughed at the other people right in me. Ooh, what should I do next to both of them? I punch at myself over and over and over again. Then I hear voices in my head. I know they are there. Hey Yang, yeah? Was this right? I don't know. How come I can still hear those voices? And specifically those two. Or maybe I'm just joking to myself. Isn't that the question, class? Is yin and yang real? Of course, there isn't anyone in the room, but he wanted to see people. He wanted to see what they would think of that question. Well, you're now out of time. Ha! Then I grabbed a red marker, and with the red cap that was holding the ink, I purposely write on the mirror hard, very hard, and with clear, clear words, so that everyone can see them. Yin and yang are real. They're both real. No matter what anyone says, they are real. The mirror is now covered with these words. And then I put my hand towards the mirror and said one last question. Exactly. Who am I? All right. Yeah, that was the thing.